This is Krista. This is my first video, and I was asked to do a review of the Avengers Prelude, Fury's Big Week. So let's get right to it. So basically, this is a 4-issue miniseries that Marvel put out a couple, maybe a month or two before the Avengers movie was put into theaters. Released into theaters. And basically, it's subtitled Fury's Big Week because it focuses on Nick Fury, who's in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the story not only features him, it also features Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Agent Coulson. So the premise of the story is, well, here's the book first of all. It's a trade paperback, so it's about that size. You can see right there. Probably doesn't work very well. Anyways, so as I said, it is 4 issues bound together. Normally the issues come individually, and I just bagged and boarded them. You can obviously see this is Loki and Thor, the Hulk, and Iron Man. So these 4 issues were bound into the book, and originally I had bought the single issue when I was starting becoming a comic newbie, if you want to put it that way. Basically, I was reading pretty much whatever I could read, and I'm not too familiar with Marvel characters, even though I know the movies more, because of how amazing Marvel is. So I got this, and instead of buying all the other issues, I found that I could buy the first 2, but since I order my comics online, they only had the first 2 issues because they sold out of the other ones. So I figured I'd get the trade, and it'd be more worth my money. So let's see what we got here. So the premise of this story of the Fury's Big Week is a conglomeration of all of the Marvel movies that we put together, that we have seen, that Marvel put together, and it's pretty much a behind the scenes view through all these different characters, not necessarily Avengers. Obviously Black Widow and Hawkeye become Avengers in the movie, but this is tying throughout all the movies that we've seen from the point of Iron Man until Captain America, and then it ends the story and right before we start getting into that whole Avengers movie. So if you haven't seen the movies, sorry, my glasses keep sliding down. If you haven't seen the Marvel movies, get out from under your rock and go see them because they're amazing. This trade isn't necessarily about the characters that are in the Avengers movies, as I said. So the basic storyline is that Nick Fury is trying to find Steve Rogers, who's Captain America, for those that don't know that. And the War Security Council wants to do research and development for the Tesseract, which is called the Cosmic Cube in comics. And Nick Fury is trying to find Steve Rogers because he's the last person that has personal interaction with the cube. So he figured, logically, he'd go and find the person or the people to be able to get that kind of information so they know what they're dealing with. But the Security Council thinks it's a complete waste of time that Fury is helping these different people that will become the Avengers team. He doesn't help Thor, but it goes through the 4 characters that I mentioned. It's a little bit of Tony Stark, not much. And it's mainly Agent Coulson, Black Widow, Hawkeye's in it, and obviously Fury, but it's really well balanced between the characters because it goes throughout all the movies. So, and it's not in the same order that we see them in. We know that Iron Man and the Hulk were filmed around the same time originally, but what we don't see is the way that Marvel movies work is they go from the point of Iron Man, all of the other movies up until Captain America are all going on at the same time, which we don't see that as a viewer. But in the story, that's how it works. So they don't have Steve Rogers in here necessarily as like conversing with any of the characters because they're still trying to find him. But he plays an integral role into the story of why they want to do this. So the whole summary of the story is basically reasons as to why Fury wants to put an Avengers team together. And it gives a lot of insight, a lot of, it fills in the gaps for a lot of things that we don't see in the movies. So we'll see, what Clint Barton does and, what Black Widow does. So they're basically giving reason as to why Fury would want to do this, because the War Security Council just wants to put whoever they want on the Avengers team. What they don't mention is they want to have this initiative where they can put anyone they want on the team, and we see a lot through the one-shots and that Marvel does. This plays into it in a way if you've seen all of those too. It's not integral that you need to see them, but it makes a lot more sense when you see the movies and this. And I really enjoyed this. I put this off for a while because I thought, it's not going to be, it's just going to be a summary of the movies, but it's not. It's really awesome that they put in these little gaps here and there. They just filled them in. So it made more logical sense because you can't really see that in the movies necessarily. You just go along with it. But this, because it's S.H.I.E.L.D., it's more believable to give reasons as to why, like, we're not trained to do this, and we either need to stop trying to handle these things or find a solution for this. As Fury said in the Avengers movie, we need a response team for this type of thing. We can't handle this, something we're not trained for. We need more resources. And it's just a wonderful story, and the artwork is pretty spot on. I mean, for a couple of different artists that were working on the series, it's pretty awesome. So here we go. We got Tony Stark. You'll see that iconic image there where he's in the donuts from Iron Man 2. So it kind of flips in here and there. We'll go to Thor, for the Thor storyline, and it jumps back and forth between all the movies. We got Hawkeye. So you can see we got Hawkeye there, and if you see that is from the one shot of what happened on the way to New Mexico with Agent Coulson. And so it's like the aftermath, which is pretty awesome. And even Loki's in here a little bit, but he doesn't play a significant role. I mean, he does in a way, but it's not integral to, like, you have to know what he's doing or whatever. It puts a little twist into how involved he actually was. Like, I don't want to ruin it for you, but he plays a really good part into it, and it made me think, like, I had to go back and reread it. I had to reread the story because based on what we see in the movies and, between Thor and the Avengers, it's the way that he interacts with some of them, not necessarily interact, but we see, like, he's quite manipulative, and he notices a lot of things, which is pretty awesome. So let me see if I can find a good picture of Black Widow. Well, she's pretty awesome. So there's Black Widow. She's shooting a guy. I don't really condone this, obviously, with people being shot, but she's really spot on with her character, and a lot of these characters are. I must say, it's it's really good when you have this kind of team, and these writers that are able to put all this together. And we even got Agent Coulson in here fanboying over Steve Rogers, which is really awesome. So overall, I'd say buy this trade. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on, probably get it in any comic book store since it's still fairly new. But it's retailed at $15, but I got it for less than 10. And it's really worthwhile if you love the Avengers, if you love the movies. And yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully you guys got a lot out of it. If you have any questions, comment below. Oops, sorry. Comment below. I swear I'll get better at this. And thanks for watching me. See you soon. Bye.